Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we will be making a delicious cherry cake recipe. I know it is off season, but I can't wait to share this recipe with you all. Now, here are the ingredients you will need to put today's recipe together. So guys, for ingredients, here's what you will need. I have here some maraschino cherries, cake flour, sugar, buttermilk, yogurt, sour cream. I have 3 eggs. I also have some salt, baking powder, and essence. And in this small container, I have 2 tablespoons of cake flour and 1 tablespoon of cornstarch and my butter. To my flour, I'm going to go in with my baking powder and salt. I'm then going to whisk all the ingredients together, allowing the salt and the baking powder to be evenly distributed within the flour. Once that is nicely distributed, we are going to place it on the side and we will move on to the next step. And now it's time to cream the butter and sugar. So to a large mixing bowl, I'm going to go in with my sugar. And here I will also be going in with my butter. To cream my butter and sugar, I will be using a hand mixer. You can use a stand mixer if you prefer, but today I will be using my hand mixer. I'm going to start my speed on low and gradually increase it. Now I'm going to also add in an egg to help me speed up the process. Once I see the first egg is fully incorporated, I am going to go in with the second egg. You're going to continue with that step until you add all 3 eggs. Remember, it is not necessary for the sugar to be fully melted before adding in your eggs. Adding in the eggs actually will help the sugar melt faster, so you want to make sure you scrape the bowl down from time to time so that all the sugar can be melting. Once all 3 of the eggs are added, you are going to then continue mixing it until all the sugar is completely melted. You want the sugar to be completely melted before adding in the flour or any other ingredients to the mixture. Now that the sugar is melted, I'm going to go in with my yogurt. I am also going to go in with my sour cream, my buttermilk, and my essence. We will then mix to make sure that all the ingredients are combined. Once everything is nicely combined and evenly distributed, we are going to place this on the side and we will move on to the next step. Now, the next thing you want to do is to your cherry, you're going to add in that extra 2 tablespoons of cake flour and the cornstarch we placed on the side earlier, and we are going to mix it all together. You want to make sure that all the cherry is evenly coated with the flour and cornstarch. And if you're wondering why I'm using cornstarch, the cornstarch usually helps the cherries not to sink to the bottom when it's baking. Now that they are all coated evenly with the flour and cornstarch, you're going to place them in a hand strainer and we are going to shake all the excess flour and cornstarch out of it. We will now place that to the side and continue with the next step. Now we're going to start combining all the ingredients together. Go ahead and add half of the flour you have in your bowl and start mixing it together. You're going to fold it in until there's no more dry flour in the bowl before adding in the second half. Once you add in the second half, you're going to mix it until the mixture or the batter becomes nice and smooth. it's time to prepare our pan. Today I will be using a loaf pan that I've lined with a piece of parchment paper for easy removal. Now here's a few steps that you will have to take to ensure that the cherry doesn't sink to the bottom. One is just before you are ready to add the batter to your pan, that is when you will add the cherries into the batter. You will then mix that batter and allow the cherry to be evenly distributed within the batter. You don't want to over mix the batter once you add the cherries in, so that the coating of the cornstarch and flour becomes the same texture as the batter. You also want to make sure that your oven is preheated before you place the cake in the oven to bake. Now my oven is preheated to 340 degree. I will bake my cake for 1 hour before I check on it. Now after you pour your batter into your baking pan, you want to tap it gently on the counter to remove any air bubbles or air pockets that's under the cake. Now after an hour I checked on my cake and I thought it needed some more time, so I left it for an extra 15 minutes, and after I inserted my skewer and it came out clean, it was time to remove it from the oven. So total cook time for me is 1 hour and 15 minutes. Depending on the temperature of your oven, yours may cook a little bit faster than mine's. Just want to make sure that you check on it after an hour, like I said, and if you think you need some more time, you can always leave it in. So guys, after my cake cooled down, it's time to cut into it and show you guys how delicious it is looking on the inside. Now as you can see, my cherry did not sink to the bottom. Remember, if you follow the same step as I show you in the video, you will have the same results. Now that brings us to the end of today's video. I do hope you enjoy watching this video as I enjoy making it for you all. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet subscribed for more delicious recipe. As usual, I want to say thank you for watching. Goodbye, and I'll see you in my next video.